Hey, when it comes to Zorzaatron, I want to put this video to show you guys where the good shit at in dayz standalone. First, you're going to want to check out your airfields. This is below the airfield, one all the way to the south. Pretty dangerous spot. Watch your back, especially on the hill that I'm on. This is northeast airfield. I'm taking a look at it through binoculars. Also, the hill that I'm on is a decent spot for snipers. This is probably one of the most this is the most occupied airfield to my knowledge. So, be careful if you're coming with this place. This is Northwest Airfield on dayz mod. This used to be by far the most ridiculed and sniper camped, but not as much anymore. This is the military base straight north from Kaminka. It has 4 military barracks and a hospital. You can't really see that well from the video I took. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's really easy to get to. This is the other military base, pretty much right next to Starry. Has I think 3 military barracks and a CO barracks, which is the big white or the big gray barracks that I'm going to show you there. You can see it all the way to the right. These bases make a perfect chain for loot that I will show you. I'm going to show you the individual buildings, and how to loot them very well. This is the ATC tower, Air Traffic Control Tower. If you don't know what it stands for, lots of loots on this thing, all the way to the top, all the way on the bottom. That was one of my favorite characters right there that you're seeing, but right when I stop hitting the record button, I get shot straight in the head by a silly goose. Now what you're going to want to do is check the railings, but remember, on any airfield that there's an ATC, you kind of want to watch your back, because when you go up there, you are very exposed, especially if you go up the ladder like I'm doing here. But you could find some pretty awesome loot. And on a lot of the airfields, well, on all of the airfields, there are hangars. Hangars are pretty simple. It's just a big open metal box that has loot. Be careful, it is hard to see the loot that's in it, and if you go in there, they're kind of easy to look into, kind of thing. By the way, they're not bulletproof, so remember that. Don't camp these things, because people can sneak up behind you and just spray. These are the CO barracks, I call them. They're not really a CO barrack. I don't know what they're called in the game files, but this is a secret little loot area that people don't really check, which I recommend checking. Easy way to know if this place has been looted: if the door is closed, especially if the jail door is closed right there. If the jail door is closed, odds are it hasn't been looted. In here you could find medical loot, books, there's a zombie, guns, ammo. It's a military place, so expect that kind of stuff. Remember, military loot spawns, you will only find kind of pistols, M4s, and an SKS. Not really Mosins and all that stuff. These are normal barracks from the mod. Pretty simple, it's just a hallway with a bunch of rooms in it. Not really many hidden loot spawns. These are the tents. There are 2 tent cities like this around the map, one close to Balota, and one at Northwest Airfield. These are the cop stations. These are your best chances, since they're everywhere on the map, these are your best chances at finding a civilian weapon. I love these because you could find the Mosin in them, you could find ammo you could find an M4 in them, you could find the Blaze, the shotgun, the SKS, you could find everything, the revolver, FNX, I'm not sure, but probably one of the best loot spots around the map for sure, for a new player, like a fresh spawn player. Lots of rooms. There's two entrances, so if you want to make a quick getaway, there's that door right there that I just passed. Yeah, these are also very, very strong in soda and food and whatnot, and books. Once again, if you're looking to find the Bible, whatever the hell book you're trying to find. See, I just passed a Blaze, I believe. Yep. And some alcohol tincture that I believe I take, maybe not. Usually, I call this room the evidence locker, but usually that's where you will find a gun, is in that room right there. Also, don't forget to check the roof, because people usually don't, but remember, it leaves you exposed. Yeah. So these are the fire stations, the famous fire stations. There's been more than a few of these have been added around the map. These are pretty common for players. They're not really difficult to see. They're pretty, they pop out of a location pretty badly. just remember though, and I'm using a little exploit there, whatever, it's been there since the mod, and I actually kind of can't wait till they fix it, but always go on the tip-top roof. Not saying always, just their loot does spawn up there, and most players don't go up there because they're scared of getting sniped at. These are the hospitals. Hospitals have quite a few spawns in them, and you know, you don't have to break the glass anymore, which if you haven't played the mod, you won't get it. But yeah, there's, I think, 3 rooms in the basement, and there's one that is up on top of the stairs, and I don't think stuff spawns on the roof, but do not quote me on that. If you go under the stairs here, like I'm showing you, there's sometimes stuff that will spawn in there, and remember to look in the little boxes and stuff, because dayz standalone has a reputation of trying to hide its loot, so it'll make you work a little harder for the stuff that you want to get. Also, if you're coming into a new town, you might want to take a look at the hospital before going to it, because snipers do go up there. These are the small hospitals, or the little kind of clinic areas. Clinics, same thing as a hospital. Medical loot will spawn in here. Clothing, food sometimes. Yeah, food will spawn in here. They're in a lot of towns, these ones especially. The big hospitals are only in 2-3. So, you know, they're pretty easy to run through, and might as well check them out. These buildings right here are pretty awesome, if you ask me. They hold guns, sometimes they hold weapons, they hold pretty much what you want to find if you're a new character. Fresh spawn, like I am in this one, in this video right here. I believe I actually find a shotgun. Yep, or, yeah, shotgun, I think. So yeah. I'm just showing you guys around, not picking anything up because I want to make the video small. But yeah, you will find everything in this place, from food to weapons, but do not expect any M4s or anything in here. It's pretty much just civilian loot. Binoculars, I kind of really wanted binoculars because they are pretty recent to the standalone. And yeah, always check the little back room over there for some extra loot. These are the pubs, or I might have this one might be a bar and the other one might be a pub, I don't know. I recommend checking these because I have a tendency in finding weapon attachments and gear here in this room. The next room over, I will find sometimes melee weapons like that, stuff, backpacks and boots. Here in these rooms, I find a lot of medical loot, so it's kind of, this thing's one of the best of both worlds. And they're all over the map. It's pretty nice. These yellow buildings, I find a lot of ammo and weapon attachments in. So, you know, there's usually ammo somewhere around this room, one of those 2 corners, and in here on the rack sometimes I will find weapon attachments. So, you know, why not? The offices or the school, or I don't know what it's called, there are a lot of rooms in this building, and remember that not everything will spawn in the rooms, but they might actually spawn in the chairs, like under the chairs I should say, like these red ones are here. There's more than one floor, and it is really worth checking out because on the top floor there's a room all the way to the left where odds are you're going to find a weapon, just like that.